Have you ever wanted to start a DIY or a remodel and something gets in your way? It could be doubt, an emotion, whatever it may be. These are 3 things that will help you get over whatever that fear is to do that remodel.
3, 2, 1, tape measure. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so we are in the middle of a kitchen remodel. If we were to flip the camera around, you would see a totally deconstructed wall and a kitchen. In fact, we'll put a little bit of footage here so that way you can kind of see what we're dealing with. We weren't even planning to do a kitchen remodel this year, were we?
No. And when you open a wall, there's like a lot of studs in them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's just sticks all around the house right
now. Not
now.
only are we opening a wall, but we're also deconstructing and taking down the walls, so the framing has to come down.
Yeah.
Well, it all started around Memorial Day weekend. We went to the store to do a fun, tiny DIY project with our son. And we had been talking about and dreaming about having a better refrigerator. And we said, oh, well, let's just go look at them. Well, and then we found a great deal. Yes. I mean, but it was too good of a deal to pass up.
Yeah, it was.
So, and they're like, oh, and we're delivering it Thursday. And we're like, what?
Yes.
So that
jump-started our kitchen remodel, which was already in the works, but it just sort of, okay, now we've got to do it.
And to back up a little bit, we had already redone this kitchen when we first moved in. It was actually not the first project because we did our bathroom first, but it was the second big project that we had done in this home. So, we have already touched it a little bit.
So we're remodeling the remodel.
So one thing that is kind of, the refrigerator was the catalyst, but we also, in this space, we had built a pantry system. One area had a pantry, and the other area was kind of a butler's pantry. And I displayed all my pretty things that I love to collect, but I kept looking at it thinking, gosh, look at all of this space that we could use and repurpose. It's right next to our kitchen. That would be perfect for if we move the refrigerator over and then suddenly we have new counter space. And that is where we're at. So with that being in the middle of a massive kitchen remodel, we thought this would be a great topic to address with you because we have been there, we are currently there, and we can help you out.
Yeah, we know you're doubting yourself every step of the way because I'm doubting myself every step of the way. And I don't think things are going to work out, and they do. And I don't think that measurement's correct. So I recheck it, and it's correct. And then you install it, and now it's not correct again.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, no, I double, triple checked that. And you have to learn how to adjust to all of these issues. So we hope to help you out on that.
Well, I think the first thing, and you pretty much have started touching on it, is to learn that we're not perfect. Nothing is perfect. Our 30-year-old home is not perfect.
Yeah.
So
that takes a bit of the pressure off if you start realizing, okay, I'm not perfect. This isn't going to turn out perfect to laser level standards, right? But here's the secret. The professionals don't do it perfect either.
No, we can, whenever we get into this perfection mode, and I'll say it's you a lot of the times, it's hard for him to let go of, I'll just take him by the hand and put him over to a corner of our house where the framing, at the top you can see the drywall is a small space, but at the bottom it continues to get bigger. So
all the
even when they
doorways
built,
are crooked. The headers are sagging, and they're just all over. And you walk past them every day, and you don't even think about it. You don't notice it. And so no one's going to notice the 16th of an inch that this is off.
It is.
But I know it's there, and it bugs me, but it is the way it is.
One thing that I think would help with getting over that drive for it to be perfect is to learn to pivot. we've said it before, you open up a wall, oh my goodness, there's a gas line there. Guess what? We're not going to be able to take this out. And you have to pivot your plan and shift gears. So I think if you have that be your first rule, it's not perfect, and be ready to pivot.
Yeah.
Then I think that's going to be the biggest hurdle
Yes.
to get over.
Yes. So one thing that is also very important when you're in the middle of a remodel, because we've done it this way for a long time, because tools and wood scraps and pencils are just always scattered. It's in the middle of the floor. You've got stuff everywhere. You've rearranged things, you've moved things, and so you're constantly tripping over stuff. And then, especially when it's your kitchen remodel, and then it's time to cook dinner. And suddenly you're cooking dinner next to the wood pile.
Right.
And a tool store. It's like, where is my olive oil? That's WD-40. And so
Don't use WD-40 to cook with.
I can attest, it does not taste like olive oil.
It is a high smoke rate.
Disclaimer. Yeah. Might make your joints work better, but it doesn't taste good. So you don't want to cook with that. So tidy up a bit. That'd be the biggest number 2 we could.
Yeah, keep the area clean, especially for a kitchen. I mean, because it is at the end of the night, you're tired, and we're really trying hard to not, in the middle of a kitchen remodel, always go to grab something to eat.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if we just take the 10, 15 minutes at the end of the day to put everything back where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
And, we did get a little toolbox caddy that we make sure to put all of our tools in. That has actually helped, because most of the time, like you said, everything is scattered around. So even in the middle of the day, I try to always go back and, if we're done with that tool, put it back into the little toolbox caddy that we have.
Number 2B would be to buy triplicate of every tool and bit and fastener that you have, so that you can have one here, here, and here. No, you can't do that, obviously, but that's why it's important to keep the area clean. And I'm bad about leaving we always joke that we have a tape measure in every house. Now, I will say I have multiples of those.
Room.
Well, I'm sure we left some tape measures in previous homes because we couldn't find them all to take with us. So you're welcome, new homeowners.
I was just excited that you said in every house, as if we had multiple houses. I was like, is this a surprise?
Well, we have a YouTube show. Of course we have multiple houses. But definitely have multiples of tape measures, because you'll need them in every little corner of the room.
Well, what we learned is if you have an inside tape measure and an outside tape measure, that way you're taking the measurement. You can leave it at your project space, but then you can have one out where you're going to make the cuts. That stays with the machine. So having the 2 at least is definitely, I think, a really smart.
I'm not cool enough to clip it to my belt like some folks do. I just don't feel like I'm that cool to wear. I don't wear my cell phone either, because I'm not that cool either. But also, I don't wear anything clipped to my side, because I'll rub against the brand new refrigerator that I'm walking past and scratch it. So I don't leave anything on my person that would stick out. So that's why I don't do it. And then, my dad swears by, you have to use the same tape measure that you measure the space with that you go out to cut with.
Why?
Well, because I don't know, like if there's some microscopic difference in the 6 different tape measures, I don't hold that same belief necessarily. So, I mean, if one tape measure is acting funny and the other one doesn't, if it seems off, then but I don't know.
The only thing that we can relate to is music, because that's what we've done forever. So, if you're going to record a vocal in a room, you want to replicate, because there may be different audio that bounces. So if I think of it in that term, then yeah, I can kind of see.
Yeah. I don't know how,
where that
I
would
mean,
work,
yeah, I don't know
but-
how standard, I would assume most tape measuring things
Are
are
the same.
and probably they all get this tape measure from the same place.
But then we go
And then-
back to rule number one. Nothing's perfect
Nothing's
anyway.
perfect anyway. And if you're a minutia millimeter
A
off,
30-second
yeah.
off.
Is that what it is? 30-second? 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. So yeah, if you're worried about being a 30-second off, you need to stop the project and just hire somebody to do it.
Yeah.
I
think so.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so the first two, let's recapitulate.
Okay.
What we said. So the number one.
I don't even know what recapitulate means. Does that mean we're going to repeat the things that we
Yeah.
just did? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So number one, it's not perfect and learn to pivot.
Yeah.
Number two,
Well, not only it's not perfect,
we're not perfect.
nothing is perfect.
Nothing is perfect. Number two, keep your area clean. Like even last night when you were cooking dinner, you said, do you know how huge it is that you took the time and actually wiped the counters? So that
Yeah.
way now I have a place to
Yeah.
cook dinner without having to,
Yeah.
so keep your
Yeah.
area clean.
And
Take
then,
that.
and then this morning, waking up and coming out to a deconstructed kitchen, but all the surfaces are clean, was just like breathing fresh air.
Right.
Well,
It makes looking at the ugly, exposed 2x4s a little more manageable.
and it all
because
yeah.
now it's
that's
not
right. Yeah, it's like
in
you're
the midst
already
of
looking
mess.
at these
Yeah.
sticks and broken up drywall, but at least I don't have to look at a mess on the countertops, and there weren't tools laying all on the floor. And when I made our morning omelets, I wasn't pinching up the sawdust on the table like it's Parmesan cheese
Why
and
do
going.
they have to do that?
I
What's
don't
that?
know. I think because when it bounces off your forearm,
Okay.
that's called gourmet. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so the third and most important rule that you can learn is to remind yourself that you are saving tons
Yes.
of money. So, what do we have to tell ourselves in this kitchen remodel?
It's not costing us $27,000.
Okay, so let me tell the story of that. So, we were at one of the big box stores, and they had a representative in the cabinet area saying, hey, we're giving free estimates. We'll come to your house and for, kitchen cabinet refacing. And my thought is, oh, well, our boxes are in great shape. We just would love to know what's the cost of new doors.
The guy comes to our house and he looks at our cabinets and he's like, oh yeah, we can resurface some of these and then we can replace this. And, but the sales pitch was most kitchen remodel, the average kitchen remodel costs like $25,000 to do. So I'm thinking, yeah, it sure does. That's
Which is why we want to go for more affordable.
That's right. That's why you're here, to show us that we don't have to replace everything. We can just sort of make it look better with what we already have. And so he goes around, counts all the cabinets, adds it up in the calculator, writes a figure down, twists the paper dramatically like, check this out. And he slides it over and
$27,000.
it was more expensive than the average kitchen remodel. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking that was the worst sales pitch ever. I was like, see you, dude. Nice talking to you.
That
Sorry we
didn't
wasted your
include-
time.
That didn't include appliances. That didn't include countertops. That didn't include flooring. Nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we were like, that's not happening. So, when we were building the surround around our new refrigerator, that was the surprise
Yes,
catalyst.
that's right.
We are very thankful and very fortunate that all of the existing cabinets that we are repurposing magically have fit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually
Yeah.
a huge blessing that they have all the same sizes.
And that's why those professional things are going to cost you more, and why a contractor coming in is going to cost you more, because they're just going to take down those cabinets, toss them, and build you new ones.
Right.
And that's why it's so expensive. So if you do it yourself, you're in control, and you take the cabinets down off the wall, separate them, and go, these aren't bad. Let me see if they'll fit somewhere else, where this new space that you're building. And that's the glory of doing that.
Yeah.
Because then, look, you've only spent a couple $100 on some wood to to fix some of the stuff and fit them in somewhere instead of thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars
Right.
for new cabinets. And so that's why we DIY right there, because it's a money saving thing and you stay in control and you know every step of the process.
Right.
And at the end, it's so rewarding because, even though, when you do things like that, you're going to put these cabinets in and go, hey, it kind of works out, but well, this side sticks out a little bit more,
Yeah,
and so
we
you have
might
to
have to put
fix
some
things.
trim here.
And so all that kind of stuff. So no, it's not going to be a perfect machined
Factory finish,
finished surround. But I think you can look at it and go, well, that didn't cost me $27,000.
Exactly.
I did it myself. I learned a bunch of stuff.
Right.
And then the next time I do it, I'll do it even better. And it keeps you active and your brain working.
Yeah.
And in the end, it's kind of fun. I mean, I get into construction dad mode sometimes and get a
Yes.
little frustrated, but there's some, I have a whole different way of talking when construction dad comes in.
It's a different person when the kids are like, I don't like construction dad.
But construction dad is a short-lived character that moves in for a second and then leaves.
That's right.
And
It's mostly comical. I will say.
I mean, I have to overdo it so that I really don't go crazy.
Well, I did calculate what we have spent so far.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to purchase a new countertop, so that this number will grow.
Yeah.
But we're not to that point yet.
Yeah.
So far, we have only spent $320
What?
on the kitchen. And we've already built an entire surround using the old boxes for around the new refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
And then where the old refrigerator was, we built a base cabinet.
Which was basically, and we moved some doors and a drawer over and just built it in where the old refrigerator
and
was.
we repurposed. So when we had built the old butler's pantry, we had a DIY countertop, wood countertop that we had used. And so we weren't going to be using that anymore. So we cut that down and we were able to use that as the sides and the bottom for the base of this cabinet. So we've been able to repurpose and reuse, recycle, all that kind of stuff, and save us so much money.
It's like every time we walk outside, do you hear it? Like the trees are like, thank you. I hear it when I go outside,
I don't know what
the
you
tree-
drink
the
to be able to hear the trees.
The trees are talking to me now. They reach out their branches and
Okay,
there's
we
a
need to
hug.
have a totally different conversation then.
So if you're starting to hallucinate after DIY projects, I can totally relate.
Well, and I think, here's a bonus tip.
Ooh, bonus tip time.
Bonus
We should
tip.
have a stinger music. Bonus tip.
Okay, you can work on that.
That was a little aggressive.
Little
And I
aggressive.
apologize for that.
But I think
I'm wearing an Alter Bridge shirt, so it doesn't go
little,
testosterone.
yes.
I like testosterone on my pizza.
Okay, so can I share the invaluable
No,
tip?
I need more jokes.
Okay. I think also, so yeah, it's not perfect. We're not perfect. Nothing's perfect. Keep it clean. You're saving a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I also think that there has to be that knowledge of it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
If you want to make something look better, it might have to look ugly first.
Yeah.
I think that, if you're deconstructing it, I've got exposed wires that I hate. We've removed beadboard, and so there's old glue swirly marks on the walls, and I've got company coming in 2 days.
Looks like the babies made poop art from their diapers on the wall. All that brown construction glue over there.
And that's going to be when my guest comes out
Yeah.
of the guest room, that's the first thing that they see.
All you have to do is hush them by saying that is modern art. And you
Modern
must
art.
not criticize. That costs us $60,000 to get that installation.
That is saving us $27,000.
That's right.
There you go.
Those glue swirls are like, you smell that? Savings.
That's right. We hope this helps you if you are stuck in that.
I can't do this.
You can do it, and help find what are those markers that can help push you forward. Look to, where is your savings going to be? Or look to a solution of how I can make this more manageable, like we did with keeping our space clean. Or, just even releasing yourself from that false sense of perfection that we will never attain. I mean, close enough is good. Well, I mean, with the exception, you do want to connect wires all the way together. I mean, that doesn't work with the close enough rule.
Yeah.
How about do your best?
These wires aren't really touching, but
Close enough.
Yeah, that black one sticking way out of the socket. So, and every time I touch it, I feel funny.
This is why we don't do wiring. How about that? Well, you should call an electrician.
But yes, in so many cases, close enough is good enough. And I guarantee you, like I said before, the professionals are kind of going, well, close enough is good enough, and they ain't looking anyway. And they'll never notice this, and you probably won't, especially until it's way down the road. And then you go, wait a minute, is that crooked? And you're going to go, yep, it was crooked. And that professional's going to be going, I got this money over here in my bank account, and I'm on to the next job. And you go, oh, well, so why not do it yourself?
You can do it.
Yeah.
And reach out and let us know if you know the trick about the tape measure. Leave us a comment. We want to know the reason why behind all of that. So we hope this helps you. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Always give us a like or subscribe so that way you won't miss the next episode coming out every week.
And remember, DIY it. The trees will thank you. Literally.